Now to our next story. You know, a total of 11 states are yet to have representatives on the list of ministers designate, which raises the stakes for those angling to be named ministers as a compensation for the roles they played in the February 25 presidential election. Meanwhile, the Chief of Staff to the President, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila, has dropped the hint that new ministries may be created. Today we have come to the mountain.
Yes. New ministries will be created, not may.
You say will, because...
Will be created. Yeah, that was it.
We have 28 so far.
Okay.
And,
new ministries will be created. The president will still name 42 ministers. But
14 more.
Yes, because we have 28.
28 now.
But he's still going to name in the final analysis 42 ministers. He's taking his time, and the states, the 11 states that have not had ministers are Adamawa, Bayelsa, Gombe, Kano, Kebbi, Kogi, Lagos, Nasarawa, Osun, Yobe, Zamfara, FCT. Now, if you look at those states properly, APC had crisis in a good number of the states. You know, so part of the problem that Asiwaju has had is choosing ministers and choosing individuals that people will not get up and say, look, we are protesting, we've chosen the wrong person, these people didn't work for the party and all that. In Adamawa, the party broke into two. Binani and the current NSA worked at cross purposes. In the end, they lost the state. In fact, Asiwaju didn't open a campaign office there because the two factions came up with two campaign headquarters. So in order not to appear to be favoring a particular faction, after he finished campaigning, he just walked away. He didn't commission or he didn't inaugurate any campaign office in that place, unlike what happened in other places. So, you know, for Kano, it's been tough for the president to decide who he wanted in Kano, but perhaps now, with Ganduje taking up national chairmanship of the party, and hopefully it gets ratified by NEC, it will make the decision easier for the president now. So, and of course, you know the crisis in Gombe, the crisis in Kebbi, and Lagos. Is Lagos, yes, we are not talking about Lagos in terms of crisis, but I think it's just needing his time, trying to find the right person.
Abundance of stars.
Yes, and because some of the people, some of those people even, some of them are not from Lagos, from Ogun. Some of the best associates of Asiwaju are either from Ogun or somewhere he's been in Lagos for so long. So he has to, again, find the right balance. And Osun too is yet to pick someone. We heard that the former governor will be on the list, but the truth is, it's not on the first set. It's not on that list of the first set of ministers. But he has time. Zamfara. You know what went down, Yari making the president angry over his desire to be Senate president and all that. Again, in that place, he has to take his time to find the right person that the leadership or the members of the party will not come up and say, where did you get this person? We don't want this person. He can't represent us. Well, it's the right of every state to have at least a minister. You know? You can choose two. And in this case, the president has chosen two from Katsina already. So they take, that means no other state from the northwest can have two ministers. So I don't envy the man, the position that he has found himself. It's real horse trading going on. You have to really juggle
So this perhaps explains why it took this long to come up with the...
Yes, yes. There are people on the list originally, they are no longer there. And again, because of what he plans to do, he plans to split the Petroleum Resources Ministry into two, you know, with gas, with focusing on gas. His gas plan is elaborate because the potential in that sector, many people do not see it. We have huge deposit of gas.
I heard the largest.
Yes, we have been planning our gas since
billions of
since 1972. We've been planning gas.
You know,
no, before 72. Because so, I schooled partly in Ogoniland.
So now he may either merge it with the power ministry or just create two ministries out of one. So this will happen. I also envisage, or I have a feeling, and it's also what I had campaigned for, that the information ministry, for example, should be split into two.
Yeah.
Let culture and tourism stay alone, because we need to give tourism. We need to give tourism priority attention now. Look at all the wealth that UAE has in terms of fossil
fuels.
Yes, yet they are spending so much money on tourism and they are making so much money. Do you know how many people climb the Burj Al Khalifa every
day? Yes.
Making so much money. People going to the very top of the tallest building in the world. And this thing, they've shown that, look, you cannot concentrate on petrodollar alone. There are other areas. We have potential in that sector that we have refused to tap. So hopefully, some of those ministries will be unbundled so that we can actually make more money from tourism.
Potential. Yeah, some names are here, you know. We might as well begin to jump through them, you know.
Well, I think let's just look at two names that I know. These are Betta Adu and Lateef Fagbemi.
Yeah.
Yes, that lady, she's easily the youngest minister to have been named since 1999. We have politics in Nigeria. And when you go through
I think she's 36?
36 years old.
Yeah.
So, and when you go through her resume, where she has worked for her age and what she has packed into, and the fact that she has age on her side and exposure too. One thing that is clear about the decision of Ajiasiwaju to pick minister that people don't know is that the man is trying to strike a balance between competence and politics, political expediency. You may be politically relevant from your state, but you may not necessarily be competent to be a minister. Because that's very, very important. That was the mistake the former president made. You just put people there without supervising them, and all of them became a lot.
In the past, things like this, you know, tended to remind us about political correctness, which is neither politics nor correct.
No, correct. Because so when you appoint somebody that is not competent, that doesn't have what it takes, you cannot give what you don't have. When we looking at that lady now, if they put her in the Ministry of Health, she won't have any explanation to give to anybody why she refused to perform. Yes, you can say that she's very young, but she has packed in a lot. And I think that we should look at competence. That is very, very important. Anyway, her age too. And like I was telling people, out of 28 ministers, about 25% of them are ladies. 7 of them are ministers. So that is raising the bar to give women opportunity. Yeah, they're asking for 35%. And I told people that out of the remaining 14 ministers, 5 can still come, maybe still ladies. So this is giving them an opportunity.
So how many do they need to get?
They are asking for 35%. 35% will be, or 42 will be probably 14. It's about 14. So I don't know, that will be tough.
But when you look at the states,
when you look at all those states
that we have left, if you have a preponderance of southern states there, I could still think that is possible.
I think we also, besides also Lateef Fagbemi, that is a known legal practitioner who has got a niche for himself in the legal profession. you will see that most of the remaining nominees are relatively new people. They are not your run-of-the-mill politicians, which means they have been selected based on their perceived competence to deliver.
I see Honorable Ekperikpe Ekpo from Akwa Ibom State. That's a new one.
It's a new one. It's a new one. It's a new one. So Nigerians have been saying that we are tired of recycling old faces. I think by this name, for the president, like Jide said the other time, it's not so easy to pick ministers from a state where a lot of people have worked for you.
Yeah.
Because they want to say political correctness, like we said, political expediency. But we also have to know that competency is the key word.
It's key.
If you are not competent,
in all of this,
the president will have problem. Even if the president is going to trust you wholly, you must be seen to be competent. If in the last 8 years we have competent people ruling us, we won't feel whether our president is interested or not. So I think with the fresh faces that I've seen here, about 12 fresh faces here, Nigerians should naturally expect that things will be different and these people will perform. And these people also have a task in their head to make sure that, like the Governor Umahi did say, that he owed his own appointment to the belief in him by the president, that he's able to perform. Nobody campaigned for him, and that is going to make sure that he won't fail the president. We will expect him.
When you look at Ekperikpe Ekpo, was a member of the House of Reps between 2007 to 2011, and the Director General of Akwa Ibom Democratic Forum. So he's been around for some time. He's a skillful politician, and I think the president would find him useful. As for Lateef Fagbemi, born in Ijagbo, Kwara State, 1956, obtained his LLB from Unilag in 1981, and began his career from the chambers of Gani Fawemi, and then formed his own chambers, Lateef Fagbemi. Today, he's defending the APC in the presidential election petitions tribunal. He became a son in 2015. He has also served as a judge in various Nigerian courts, including the Federal High Court and the Court of Appeal. This position of the Attorney General is the most powerful in the cabinet. The Attorney General is rated as the most senior cabinet member. And that is the only position, that is the only job that the president cannot delegate to anyone.
Oh, yeah, just anybody.
Yeah, you can't delegate it.
Not just anybody.
You can't delegate his job to anybody. And that is the only cabinet position that you have to be academically qualified for to occupy it. We've seen a pharmacist become Minister of Health in this country. But the Constitution...
A French teacher became the Minister of Health, if you remember, in the Abacha years.
Yes, that was what I'm saying. This one, but the Attorney General, you can't delegate.
For justice, because
it's up to anyone.
It's two portfolios.
And as president, you can't do his job, because as president, you can make yourself Minister of Works, Minister of Petroleum, but you can't make yourself Attorney General. So that position is key, and we must find someone, the right person, someone with a good head on his shoulders. I think Lateef Fagbemi, a lot of his colleagues are happy that the president chose.
It's going that way.
Yes, and he doesn't have the sort of scandals that you read about other people in the public domain. And you look at Mohammed Idris. This is a man that...
Mohammed Bello Idris.
Yes. Mohammed Bello Idris is a publisher of Blueprint newspaper. So it's like picking one of our own. He was a communication consultant to the responsible for the promotion of nomadic education in northern Nigeria, the Federal Ministry of Agric. From 2007 to 2009, he led the committee that developed and implemented training guide for TED funds across Nigeria from 2009 to 2011 and was appointed as communication consultant by INEC from 2017 to 2021. He dumped the APC for the PDP in 2019 and returned to the APC not long after that. Okay, it was Abubakar Momo that actually dumped the APC. That's the man from Edo State. Abubakar Momo is Esako East, a civil engineer, two-time member of the House of Reps. When I saw that name, I said, I hope this is not my brother from Kogi Central, because it looks very much like their name. And when you hear some people from that part of Edo speak, you think that they are Ibiras. Even the same accent.
The northern Edo accent.
Yes. Yeah. You think that this is an Ibira person because the accent is the same. There's a physician very popular physician in Abuja who once treated me. When he was speaking, I said, is this an Ibira man? Are you my brother from Kogi? And he said, no, I'm from Edo State. But the accent is exactly, so maybe they are even originally Ibira people, but that's for historians to come up with. I think that when you look at the way the president, literally most of the places that the president went to, Better I Do was with him.
Yes.
I think over time the president found her very useful, very energetic. And look, for her age, she has led the women of APC very well. You know, we've had opportunities to interview her, to interact with her. Age, leadership is not a function of
age. Yes.
You can be as old as Methuselah and not have leadership qualities. You know, but when you are given responsibility, you are expected to live up to expectation. And I think that Better I Do, in terms of the energy she showed during the campaign, in terms of her commitment, in terms of the leadership spirit that she has shown, leading the women of APC.
May I drop this now at this point, Tunde Jide? Allowing the women become active in politics is becoming an emerging trend, if you see what I mean.
Oh, it's a necessity.
Well, I think it's a necessity. It's a project which time has come. Because we see failure in all aspects of human endeavor. And yes, it doesn't necessarily translate to the fact that if a woman is in position, she will not abuse her office. After all, we have seen women who practically carry Nigeria inside their pocket. But then, for somebody who has a calling, we must continue giving them opportunity to show the goals they have, to show what they have. And they can change the narration.
They can.
Irresponsible governance in Nigeria. I think we have many of them all over.
Yeah.
There's a friend, there's a man that I saw here, Ahmed Musa Dangiwa. He's an architect from Katsina State, from a local government called Kankia, not far away from the border with Kano. He was in the cabinet of Governor Bello Masari.
Okay.
He became the MD of Federal Mortgage Bank, contested for governorship and lost. The contest for Katsina governorship this last time was very keen and star-studded. We had some real big individuals in the race, and we had people like Max Air owner, Dairu Mangal, getting involved. Or at the end of the day, Ahmed Musa Dangiwa, who will soon be 60 years, lost. But after he lost, the man who vanquished him, the current governor, Diko Rada, appointed him as SSG.
Okay.
He had barely even begun work as SSG when Ashwaju picked him and made him a minister-designate from Katsina. Katsina will have to, because Anatu Musawa is also
from that place, yes.
From there. So there are two now from Katsina I think the president, having first made Hannatu Musawa essay on culture, entertainment, and the rest, I think the president has some plans for her. And when we talk about recalibrating some ministries, bifurcating some ministries,
entertainment and
I guess that's
tourism.
Yes.
Can go
you can imagine, look at the potential that we have in town. Even entertainment.
Entertainment in Nigeria.
You can imagine if government backs these young guys fully. All over the world is Nigerian songs that they are singing.
Yes.
Look at how these guys, look at the level that they've taken us to. People like Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy. Even this boy from my state, Ruga. They've taken us to great levels. Everyone is talking about Nigeria. We now need government to really galvanize these boys, and with a ministry, headed by a young person, someone someone of their generation. Hopefully, that energy will propel the entertainment sector to...
I was still a young boy, and I'm sure Tunde, you too, and Jide, when I was hearing Yankari Game Reserve.
Yep.
So I hear it's a veritable paradise. I've not been there.
It's been neglected over the years, and a lot of the animals that used to have, it's no longer, they're no longer there.
Yeah.
And, we've also talked about the Kanji Lake National Park.
Yes.
Today, it's inhabited by Boko Haram and other terrorist kidnappers. And it's a vast area. We've neglected our forest reserves for so long. These boys have found habitation in those forest reserves, and they are now tormenting us with places that we used to go to make ourselves happy. So I will be happy to see the roadmap to revitalizing the Nigerian tourism sector. And we have people who are very clear-headed about even tourism issues that we can use. Dem Duke is still there. My elder brother from Ijebu, Runsewe, is still there. Yes, so we still have people like that who are committed. We need a ministry that focuses on developing that sector and bringing out the potential that we had neglected for so long.
One thing has come to mind now, here and now, the National Orientation Agency.
NOA.
I hope Mr. President is thinking.
It's part of the Ministry of Information. What needs to be done is to strengthen that agency.
That department.
And how do you strengthen it? Provide funds, because a lot of what appointees of government come out to do, the NOA has staff in all the local governments in the country. NOA is just like the old MAMSA. Except that the old MAMSA was far more effective. And the people who ran MAMSA at that time, many of them are still alive.
I remember the professor of geography, Jeremiah.
This man.
We are teach where? Professor Jerry Ghana.
Some of them are still alive, and we can actually borrow from those ideas. Ifeanyi Udin, the writer, he worked with, my dad actually worked at MAMSA in Kwara State then. And Ifeanyi Udin was one of the people who worked with him. The first NUJ president, Ashaju, Chief Michael Ashaju, was the head of MAMSA in Kwara State at that time.
And he used the Sholafalo Resho in Ogun State.
So we can turn NOA to what MAMSA was. Fund it properly. Because it's so easy for us to come and run down NOA, say, NOA, what are they doing? They do nothing. You do not know what their problems are. It's until you know what their problems are that you can feel that, look, you are doing the right thing by saying they didn't do this, they didn't do that.
Sorry, before we run away, let's go to Enugu. Mr. President has penciled Chief Uche Naji
Yeah.
I hear he's a top-notch APC chieftain.
Yes, he was an APC Guba candidate. They just concluded the 2023 election in Enugu. He won election as Senator Enugu East in 1999, but unconditionally relinquished the seat to Jim Nwobodo.
Yes.
That is selflessness in politics, to relinquish a position to your political leader. Not many people are happy to do. And the president needs people with that mindset, people prepared to sacrifice. Because look, the new Nigeria, the Nigeria that we are talking about, we don't know yet where that new Nigeria is taking us. We have many Nigerians who are impatient. Those who will praise a government this moment, but when they start feeling some pains, they will start, even something that they supported, they will start condemning it. There's no other name for some people other than hypocrites. You can't say you hate subsidy because some of our competitors were feeding fat from it. And then when
like the regulation,
you were warned that it will bring pains. Suddenly you are saying they shouldn't have removed. What are you saying now?
Like, all right, quickly. Cross River State Senator John Onwa Eno.
You know, that's an Ashwaju person. Any day, anytime. And, you know, when I saw his name, I said, yes, Ashwaju has liked this man for so long. He's made efforts to win the governorship in that state. It's not been successful. But at last now, Ashwaju has brought him to the role of a minister, and I'm sure he will deliver. He has an MSc in demography from UNICAL, and he was in the House of Reps for a record third term. In 2015, he was declared winner of the Cross River Central Senatorial District. He was born in 1966. He's already moving close to the 6th floor. So he's, you know, Ashwaju likes loyalty. He rewards loyalty a lot, especially to parties. So Ashwaju has just demonstrated to Eno that when you are loyal, your reward will come someday. But I've known him to be an Ashwaju person for quite some time.
Yeah, today that will just about do it. And as we say, a team is as good as the captain. By the way, our girls made us proud yesterday.
Yes, I'm very happy.
I can say it in passing. It's possible.
It is. The Nigerian spirit was what I saw. And for people also talking about what happened with Kano in 1996.
Okay.
The Olympic gold winning team. You know, never give up. Never give up. You can be sure that if you don't give up, success may come your way.
All right. So we wish them well. Okay, then, that will just about do it for the program today and this week. You watch a repeat of this broadcast at 11 later tonight, and join us, if you please, on Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 for the show. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Citizen Jones Hussein. On behalf of the Backroom Boys, I say thank you for watching. Bye-bye now.